Hunter Renfrow had a wide receiver 11 season last year. 103 receptions, 128 targets, 1,038 yards, 9 touchdowns, 21.23% target share. Thoughts on Hunter Renfrow?
I liked him a lot more when you could grab him in like the seventh, eighth round than
Yes.
having to grab him in the fifth. Um, it's going to be interesting to see how much the Raiders truly decide to pass the ball, right? We said earlier we think Adams is going to be in that 25 to 26% target share. So if you add Renfro into that, another 18 to 20%, right? So now that's almost half of Derek Carr's passes are being thrown towards Adams or Renfro, which I don't know if it's that far out of the realm of possibility that this happens, right? Like you could see between the two of them making up somewhere in that neighborhood of 47 to even 52% of Derek Carr's passes. And then you're sprinkling in Darren Waller and his usage because he is still an offensive freak of a tight end. Obviously, your dump off passes to the running backs and everything else. But the fifth round is a little rich for me. Now, I have grabbed him in certain leagues where he slipped because there have been a few times where he is kind of forgotten and does slip down into that seventh, eighth round, and I have grabbed him there because I like the value. But for him to finish inside of wide receiver 15, I do think is a little unrealistic at this point. Like I have to see it before I believe it. I think his touchdowns are going to come back down just a little bit. I don't know that he's going to see 100 receptions this year. I think somewhere in that 90 to 95 range is more likely where he's going to end up.
The Raiders threw the ball a ton last year. I don't know that you necessarily are going to see that play out as much, from a pure number of passing attempts there. But I'll just be up front. I am going to be out on Hunter Renfrow. Like Hunter Renfrow feels a lot kind of like Jarvis Landry 2.0 from a statistical output standpoint. Renfrow is coming off the board at wide receiver 31. Do I think he returns value on wide receiver 31? Yes, I do. I think that he's going to be kind of a fringe wide receiver 2 is where I kind of see him playing out at this year. 65 receptions on 90 targets and about 650 to 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's kind of where I'm seeing him